This is the Gulf of Mexico. And this is a 2023 Royal Enfield Himalayan, in a place that I don't think too many Himalayans have ever been. Welcome back to another episode of Action Motorcycles. We're here in kind of sunny Galveston, Texas to do a bunch of fun things in a video I'm really excited about, including getting on that ferry right there to go check out the Bolivar Peninsula. Now, I know this bike, the Himalayan, has been in the Himalayas. It's been to Antarctica. It's world famous for all the things that it's been to. But there's one place that the motorcycle community has been dying, absolutely losing sleep over whether or not this bike can handle it, and that is, can this bike go on the beach on Crystal Beach in Texas? And we're about to find that age-old question and get it answered today. So stay tuned, stick around, and see what we get up to.
But first, we've got to get down there. So here's a quick montage of the ride down from the Woodlands to Galveston Island. It's about a 75-mile ride down, and it took about an hour and a half.
Before we go on the ferry, we're here to check out Seawolf Park on Pelican Island, just next to Texas A&M Galveston. It's a great little park right on the peninsula. It's got a bunch of great views of the water and all the activity that's going on.
Seawolf Park is open 24 hours a day for most of the year with limited winter hours. It's also the location of the Galveston Naval Museum. The museum is home to the World War II attack submarine, the USS Cavallo, and one of the only two remaining destroyer escorts, the USS Stuart. For a small fee, visitors can tour these amazing vessels and learn their storied history. These great attractions are all located on Pelican Island, next to a large tract of land purchased and donated by George P. Mitchell in 1965 to become what is now Texas A&M University Galveston. Here you can see the submarine and the Stuart right behind it. Now we're going to head through Galveston towards Bolivar Ferry. Every year, Galveston is also home to the largest motorcycle rally in Texas, the Lone Star Motorcycle Rally. Traditionally held on the first week in November, the rally is located in the historic STRAND district downtown. I shot this video a few weeks prior to the 2023 rally, and while I wasn't able to attend this year, hopefully next year we'll get to come down and introduce action motorcycles to 500,000 new friends. Up next is the ferry.
Amazing. They're loading right now. This is incredible. Stroke of unbelievable luck. Well, here we are waiting for the next Galveston ferry to take us over to Bolivar Peninsula. From there, we're going to try and get on Crystal Beach and see what happens from there. Stick with us. Here we go, pulling on to the Robert C. Lanier. So here we are on the Bolivar Peninsula Ferry. Waves have actually been a little choppy, which has made it a little bit fun.
Ferry service began in the 1890s when the railroads needed a method to move freight across Galveston Bay. The first ferries were large barges that could accommodate entire trains, including freight and passenger cars. The first ferry Galveston had to Bolivar that was operated by the Texas DOT began service on July 1st in 1934. Before that, the ferry was operated by a private company that sold its 2 ferries to Galveston County. Today, a fleet of 6 vessels maintains its ferry operations 24 hours a day, with reduced operations in the early morning hours.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be the last one off. Well, here we are on the Bolivar Peninsula, headed to Crystal Beach. Okay, folks, here we go. Riding on the beach in Crystal Beach, Texas.
Galveston got its name from the Spanish colonial governor Bernardo de Galvez, who ordered the first survey of the Texas Gulf Coast in 1786. Oddly enough, Galvez never set foot on the island itself. The surveyor who performed the work named it in his honor. I guess that's one way to guarantee a repeat client. Galveston is also the birthplace of Juneteenth. June 19, 1865 marks the day that Union Army Major General Gordon Granger issued General Order No. 3 in Galveston, announcing the freedom of more than 250,000 enslaved people in the state of Texas. Galveston was also formerly called the Wall Street of the South, and it was the largest and richest city in Texas and the second richest city in the country up until it was decimated in the Great Storm of 1900. Galveston was also home to Texas's first bakery, bank, post office, and opera house. So there are a couple things that I didn't get to cover when I was down there on the beach that I wanted to talk about. First is that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I really originally planned to spend more time down there. I didn't have as much time as I wanted, so I got down there late. I didn't get to spend as much time on the beach. I was there, later in the day. I wanted to be there earlier when there was less people on the beach. It got dark too quickly for me. A number of different things that I wanted to do differently with this video. So I do plan on going back down there again and doing some reviews of some local restaurants, opening it up a little bit more on the beach, having a little bit more fun. So stay tuned for that future video. I did want to cover a couple issues that I have with the bike. This was the first time I really had any problems like this. First one was once I got down there, my fuel gauge was showing about just under half a tank, and all of a sudden it dumped to almost zero. So that was a surprise to me, and good thing I was close to a gas station, so I've got to get that looked at. Also, the bike just burned a little bit more oil than I thought it would for this ride. So, really haven't put a ton of miles on this bike yet. And obviously, a single cylinder is going to burn a little bit when you run it at the high revs like that for long periods of time. Just wasn't quite ready for it to need an entire new batch that quickly. So just going to keep my eye on that. And I know a bunch of you guys carry a little oil can with you, or a little Motul in your bag. So probably have to start doing that as well. Also, I promise to answer the best question of whoever asked me a question in the comments on this next video. So Moon Monkey asked a really good question, which is, would I be happy with this being my only bike? And frankly, it's a hard question to answer. My gut answer is probably yes if I was a brand new rider. Probably not if I was a more experienced rider like I am. I certainly am not claiming to be Valentino or anything like that, but this bike is a little bit underpowered for highway use. It definitely gets the job done if need be. But I do like bombing around. I've got a 22 Ducati Monster also, and that's fun on the street. Also, I'm looking at some bigger trips coming up next year, and I may have to consider supplementing this bike with another more robust road ready adventure bike. I can promise you I'm not getting rid of this thing. Even with the new 452, I just don't see myself selling this bike. It's got too much value, and I wonder if Royal Enfield is kind of getting outside of where their value is by just completely retooling that new bike. We'll have a discussion about the 452 in another video. It does look cool. Anyway, Moon Monkey, appreciate it, buddy. Maybe you can ask me another question on this video. And as always, you guys, thank you for everything that you've done. Please like, subscribe, and check out this wrap up on the beach here in just a second. So that'll do it for this episode of Action Motorcycles. I hope you got to see something maybe you haven't seen before. And as always, I hope I added some value to your day. Thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the videos and what else I can add. And as always, keep looking for action. So here we are at the Bolivar Ferry waiting in line.
Well, here we are waiting for the next Galveston ferry to take us over to Bolivar Peninsula. So here we are on the Bolivar Peninsula ferry. Here we are on the Bolivar Peninsula.